Hi Aries, this is your video, your horoscope for September 2018. And I have a little tutu with me joining us today. So let's get started and see how the month of September pans out for Aries for the month of September. For the beginning of the month, let's see what's going on for you guys. For Aries for the beginning of the month. Aries for the beginning of the month. So one of the themes I've noticed with many people this month is just this feeling and sense of, or this feeling or sense of disconnection from friends, especially. On the 3rd of September, Venus starts to go into retrograde until December 18th. So it is fairly normal for all of us to start questioning our friendships, our relationships in general, whether that's with our immediate partner or just, our best friend, and this type of thing. I've seen this almost in every spread so far that I've done. And so Aries, I see that with you right on the 3rd of September, the 3 of Cups in reverse. So normally this is a card about celebration and announcements, weddings, friends that you cherish. I'm not feeling that with you. I'm seeing, that there's some stuff that you need to release from the past that is sort of like on your mind in relation to your friendships. It could also be cousins and siblings as well. Now, the other theme that's going on for you around the 5th of September is just there's a need for you to remove yourself from negative people. So this could be those friends. You could be thinking to yourself, these people in my life that I really care about are actually bringing me down. So I just sense like there's this awareness that's coming to the surface. The Page of Swords comes up, or in this deck it's called the Princess of Winter. So this could involve someone, a youth, like an adolescent teenager, an indigo child, or even an adult with a youthful spirit. There's someone in your life, this could even be you, Aries, but I have a feeling it's probably more of someone that has more air in their sign, like a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So they come to you and help you, but the things they have to say might be very difficult for you to hear. They might be blunt, to the point, not sugarcoating anything. They might bring attention to the people that are draining you. Maybe they just straight up tell you, like, why do you even talk to that person? They're a dick or they're an asshole. So that's something to keep an eye for. This person might even be you. You might be an Aries, but have a lot of air planets, or planets in the element of air. You might be someone that has a youthful spirit, very blunt, frank, to the point. And you just really get, around that new moon on the 9th of September, which is in Virgo, you really start to become more clear about who you really want around you. I see a lot of like a new, sorry, I'm just seeing the Ace of Wands popping up here. Career opportunities. So there's some career opportunities that are sort of on the back burner, but they are there, and they're coming through in a way that's divinely inspired. So you might end up getting some insights, or I don't know why this video is lagging like that. It's very strange. Okay, so you might get some insights through meditation, or just some signs in your environment. This dog, stop it. Okay, so let's look at the middle of the month. After that new moon, what goes on for Aries in the middle of the month? Goes on for Aries in the middle of the month. Okay, so again, I see the Hangman, so lots going on for you guys. You know, this card is encouraging you to look at things differently from a different perspective, to just sort of surrender rather than fight what's happening in terms of the chaos that you might be experiencing. Ultimately, I do get the feeling, this is a Two of Swords coming up. You know, there might be some petty battles with someone close to you. I'm just going to lock down. This dog is going crazy. There might be, it's just a decision that you need to make. You feel trapped, but it's a feeling. It's not necessarily the reality. And I do get the feeling like that card is followed by the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Wands, both in reverse. So you got a lot on your plate. You know, you're working too many hours, multitasking, and maybe a not so cheerful way. You know, you're just kind of like grumpy and irritable. This all is around the 20th of the month and the 18th of the month. A lot of, you know, you're just not able to choose between what's logical. You're kind of being driven a bit by your emotions, in particular emotions that you're stuffing. So there's some stagnation happening there, and I feel like it's because you're taking on maybe too many projects and just being, you know, being the person in the group. This is in relation to career. So the person in the group that's like, you know, doing everything instead of delegating or allowing other people to carry their weight. You might be doing that because the people around you are just not really dependable or reliable, which is indicative of what I said at the beginning, where you're examining who's around you. And so this translates into the work world too. So there might be some people at work that are just taking advantage of your ability to naturally be a leader. Like Aries is a leader. They're a pioneer. They're going to do things fearlessly without anybody's approval. And you know, you're going to plow through things that most people would be terrified to take on. So sometimes what ends up happening is you end up, you know, people will be in a room with you and they'll just get this sense, oh, they got it covered, I don't need to do anything. And so you just do it. But that builds resentment in you. But remember, you don't have to do it. That's on you. Like if you're going to always be the one that's put your hand up and says you'll do it because everyone in the room's like, oh yeah, they'll take care of it. You can resent those people for not stepping up. But ultimately, you're the one stepping up. You can step back and let other people, whether they do it properly, whether they do a good job or not, that's not really, it doesn't really matter. Like if you want to be stressed out and overworked, which the Ten of Wands in reverse is definitely indicating that, and if you want to be doing a million things without joy, you know, multitasking and failing at it because you're just kind of doing it with resentment, then keep stepping up and taking that role. Now let's just look at after the full moon, right after the fall equinox, which is, I think it's like the 23rd this year, 22nd, 23rd, we have the full moon. It's in your sign. It's in Aries on the 24th. So let's see how that affects Aries. September, last week of September. Last week of September for Aries. Okay. So after that full moon, I feel like that full moon brings you some This is the Three of Wands. Like, you're thinking about the long-term goal here. And, you know, right now, as it is, like around the 21st, like right at that fall equinox, the World card shows up in reverse, and you know you're not where you want to be in life. But the full moon, or right before the full moon, you sort of realize, you know, I just have to think about the big picture here. And what the guides are saying is you might need to seek out a professional, um, or you know, a good older person, more mature, knowledgeable, experiences, fair-minded. They could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, and get some advice from them. The King of Swords is coming up here. Someone that's not going to be emotionally, what's the word I'm trying to use? Someone that's not going to be like colored, like their vision isn't going to be colored by emotions. They're going to be very to the point and logical and rational and analytical. They're going to think of outside of the box. So I feel like this person is probably in Aquarius or has a lot of planets in Aquarius. Someone that's just going to think completely outside the box to help you realize that vision you have that kind of flashes before your eyes before that full moon. Around the 28th of September, I do see you needing to do more research before you proceed. Like maybe you do get that or have that conversation with that Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, mature person. It could be a female or someone that's a more mature male, so maybe a grandfather or a father figure, or a role model that has that kind of presence. It doesn't have to necessarily be male, but they do have male energy, if that makes sense. So they're going to give you a lot of ideas that you've not even thought about. And, you know, around the 28th, it's going to, if you look at the expression on this card right here, they're kind of like, whoa, like a little bit overload. So just write everything down, your ideas down that, you know, come up during that time, and then do some research, because there is an opportunity for you to, my dog is snoring, oh my god. There's an opportunity for you to dig deeper, to get some more educational training, do some workshops, maybe apprenticeship, I don't know, something like that. Now, I see at the end of the month, you know, you getting kind of stuck in your pride a little bit. You do need some help. There's resources around you. Seek them out and don't be stubborn about that. Okay, Aries? I know that you're not the type of person to ask for help. You like to do things on your own. But in this case, for you to advance career-wise, what are you doing? Look at this dog. He's so cute. You do need some help. You need some support. There's nothing wrong with that. So just accept that. And that's where the Hangman comes in again. It's like surrender, accept, you know, look at things from a different perspective, do things you won't normally do. Normally Aries is gung-ho, head down, and bulldozing forward. The Hangman is the opposite of that. You're just hanging out. You're not making any, taking any action steps. You're sitting there. You know, the water's rushing around you, you're hanging by your ankles, and you're completely at peace with what's happening. No moves are being made. You're just allowing whatever happens happen. So let's tune in and see if there's any other messages for Aries for the month of September. Anything I left out for Aries for the month of September. Aries for the month of September. Aries for the month of September. This card's about assertiveness. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So this goes back to what I was talking about earlier when I said, you know, maybe at work you're the person that walks into, you know, that basically puts their hand up because no one else is putting their hand up. And, you know, you need to be assertive in a different way. Like, you're asserting yourself in the sense that, you know, you're putting your hand up and you're getting the job done. But this is kind of a reverse assertiveness. It's not necessarily saying yes, not, you know, getting up out there and being the leader. It's asserting that you can take a step back. You can say no. You don't have to do it all. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, guys. I hope to see you here again next month for the month of October. If you like this video, definitely share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. If you need a private reading, you can book me. The information is below. I will talk to you soon, and bye for now.